everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this super delicious yummy fish roll. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, I absolutely thank you for stopping by. Before you leave, kindly hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell because you'll be the first to know whenever I upload a new video. If you are interested in seeing how I make this super delicious yummy fish roll, sit back, relax, and without any further ado, let's get cooking. So in this recipe, I am going to use some shredded carrots. I have here 1.5 onions. I also have some leftover cabbage in my fridge that I kept, so I said why not use it. So I'm using half of it, half of a bell pepper, and 2 habanero pepper, which is optional. You can use 1 if you want. Then I'm also going to use salt to taste, black pepper, red pepper flakes, and some garlic powder. Here I'm using fish fillet. I'm using flounder fish. It's a frozen fillet fish. You can use any fillet fish of your choice. Then I'm also going to throw in 2 cans of sardines. If you don't like sardines, you can totally leave that out. It's not required for you to put sardine. The sardine will give it a really great taste. So what I'm doing, I'm just simply going to shred my cabbage with my knife lightly, like so. Then I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm also going to be lightly slicing my red onion, half of a red onion. Put that aside as well. Then I was deciding to use that whole onion, but I'll end up using just half of it. Then I'm using half of a bell pepper, and my 2 habanero pepper. Like I said, if you don't like the heat, you can just use 1. So what I'm doing here, I'm just roughly just gonna cut up my fish so that will be easy to broken up in the pot when I'm cooking it. Then I'm just going to open up this cans of sardines and put it in a container until I'm getting ready to use it. Adding the sardine to the fish roll gives it a delicious extra flavor to the fish roll. It's a must. But if you don't like sardine, like I said, you can leave that out. So in my wok, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Add in my vegetables. First, I'm going to add my shredded cabbage. You want to make sure that your wok or your pot, whichever one you plan on using, make sure it's pretty hot. Then I added my shredded carrots, my bell pepper. Then I added my onions lastly with the habanero pepper. I'm going to stir fry it until it's half and half. Not quite. Like I said, you want to make sure your wok is pretty hot so that it will cook it really fast, but again at the same time have a little bit of crunch to it. And then now I'm going to add salt to taste, black pepper, and my garlic powder. If you don't have garlic powder, just chop up some couple of garlic cloves and and you can put that in. Then I also finally added my red pepper flakes. I'm telling you guys, this stir fry itself, just this vegetable right here, when I tasted it, it tastes so good. I was like, oh my God, one day I'm just gonna do this simply stir fry like so, and just eat it with white rice, straight up just like that. It was so flavorful and was so delicious. I'm telling you guys, it made me just, when I tasted it, I was like, I can just enjoy this vegetable stir fry right here with a simple white rice with nothing. So now I am going to now add a little bit more oil to now cook my fish. If you are using frozen fillet fish like I'm doing here, obviously it's going to have a little bit of water to it. So you want to make sure you tap dry the excess water from the fish, and then you throw it into your hot wok and fry it away. And keep frying it. As you're turning it, you want to kind of use your spoon or your spatula, whatever you're using. You kind of keep breaking it apart as you're cooking it. So now I'm also going to add some salt to taste and black pepper. So while I'm cooking it, I'm just going to keep breaking it until you want to cook the fish until it's thoroughly cooked as well. Until most of that water in the pot is dried out. As you can see, the fish is all broken up like so. And I've been cooking it for a while now. So now I'm going to throw in my sardines. I'm not going to add the oil from the sardine. I'm just going to scoop it up. The sardines, I'm not going to add the oil. So you're going to mix that really well into the fish until it's well combined. This method of making this fish roll, I mean, everything from start to finish was just so beautiful. Not only beautiful, it was so tasty and so flavorful. It's a must try. So after that, now I'm going to now throw in my vegetables, which is my carrots, cabbage, onions, and peppers into the fish. Then I'm going to mix that up until it's well combined. Mix it up really well until it's pretty much everything is cooked already. And then I'm going to take it out and put it aside and let it cool down until it's completely cold. So now that part is done, now we're going to walk onto the dough. I have 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour here. I'm using room temperature butter. I'm using 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter. I don't know what I was thinking, guys. I started adding the butter in without adding salt or anything else, but it wasn't too late. So now I'm adding salt. I would say a pinch of salt. Then I'm using 1 teaspoon of curry powder. This will give it a much better flavor into the fish roll. Then I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So you're going to mix that all well until everything is well combined with the butter and everything. Don't forget, don't be afraid to get in your hands. If you have a mixing machine, you can also use that. So now I'm using 1 egg. So you're going to create a hole into the center of the dough mixture, and then you're going to throw in the egg and then mix it away until it's well combined. Then I'm gonna be adding water little bit by little bit. I ended up using, I'm pretty much sure, 1.5 cups of water over 4.5 cups of flour. but you don't want your dough to be too moist. If you find out your dough is too moist, just add a little bit of flour, sprinkle it on the flour, and it will bring up the exact consistency to get your dough ready. So you're gonna keep kneading the flour until you reach to your the perfect consistency for a dough. Keep mixing it away like so, adding water little by little. And voila, this is the consistency that I was looking for. It's a perfect consistency for a dough for any type of fish pie or fish roll or meat pie that you can make. Then you're gonna let the dough rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So this was after 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna knead the dough a little bit, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then now I'm gonna put it on my work surface. And what I'm doing now, I'm gonna take little bits of the dough, roll it into a circle, and then now I'm gonna knead it with my rolling pin. So once you roll it into with your rolling pin like so, I'm only gonna show you guys one because I don't want the video to be too long. So you roll it with your pin like so, and then you add the filling inside. As you can see, you see the space between the filling and the space down there. It's a little far apart. That is because I want the dough to overlap over to the filling, and then you're gonna roll it one more time. Roll it really tight. As you're rolling it, you want to roll it really tight. Pull it and roll it really tight, and then pinch the edges. So once you pinch the edges like so, you keep rolling it. Like I said, hold your hand really firmly on the dough and roll. Pinch every corner that's peeking out and adjust the edges and roll. As you roll in, hold it really tight and roll until you reach the edge. Then you add some water and then completely roll the dough, and here you go, you have the fish roll all rolled for you like so. So I finish up everything, and this is how everything looks like. It's not complicated at all. If you follow the recipe step by step, you should be fine. So in a hot pot, as you can see, I'm using a small pot. I always like to use small pot because it gives me a lot of control for me not to waste a lot of oil. So you want to use a small pot or whatever pot you have so that you don't have to waste too much oil. Once the oil is hot, you want to cook this in low medium heat. You don't want your heat to be too high. You want to, because it's a fish roll, you want your dough to be thoroughly cooked inside and out. Once it's all completely golden brown, you're going to scoop it out, and the fish roll should be ready. I'm going to keep repeating the same process until I'm done. And if you are new to my channel, like I said, thank you for stopping by. I want to thank all my new subscribers, old subscribers. And I also wanted to always tell you guys, I would love to connect with you guys. If you make this recipe, if you make your own version, you can tag me, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and also I also wanted to introduce to you guys, guess what, I'm on TikTok as well. So if you want to see more of my silly side as well, you can follow me on TikTok. It's the same name as Dada's FoodCrave. You will find me on TikTok as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you tried, let me know. If you have any question, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys on my next upload. Don't forget, tag me a picture on Facebook, Instagram, and also you can follow me on TikTok and see some of my silly side. So this is how the fish roll looks like. It was so yummy. The vegetables wasn't completely mushy. It had a little bit of crunch to it. It was so delicious. It was so moist, crunchy in the outside and soft in the inside. It was so yummy. I hope you guys will try this recipe. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye bye. Ta-ta.